Hey everybody, Astrology time, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com, and today is Tuesday, and it is the 16th of December. So, 16th of December is famous for a couple of reasons. So let's just get into it, okay? Let's go. Happy holidays, everyone. Hey, look, no one deserves to die for how they choose to celebrate the holidays. It pains me greatly. The acts of violence against so many innocent people have been perpetrated over the weekend, this past weekend. So, not everybody wishing to affect social change. They're not doing it out of, they're not doing it out of pure motives, okay? Astrology doesn't exist in a vacuum. And unfortunately, we don't use astrology to ascertain or ascribe motives or reasoning behind senseless acts of violence, because we just don't do that. That is bad karma on all the persons behind these acts. We just don't do that. There's ethics that are involved in astrology. As revealing as a chart can be, there's some certain things that we will not divulge about things because it's just not the right thing to do. So we're getting ready for the new moon in Sagittarius this Friday. That's really what we're working on. So the sun is now up against Saturn as we prepare to get ready for the winter solstice on the 21st, which is this Sunday coming up. So, look, today's keyword is just perseverance. We have to persevere in the face of everything, right? We just have to go on. We have to move on. And the color is a black t-shirt, mostly because the moon in Scorpio. Now, Sagittarius season hits a speed bump. Intensity needs to ratchet up as we double down to wrap up as much as possible this week, okay? I did not get as many things done as I hoped on Monday, so we got to switch that focus to the rest of the week, right? It's because we've got Mars square Saturn. We've got the Sun square Saturn. We've got a serious roadblock in our way. It's testing our resolve to be able to do these things and to get them done. Now, if you feel like you're being tested, then just ratchet up the intensity, because that will be very helpful for you, and you're going to get it from a gut place, right? It's like singing from your diaphragm, right? We built it out, chest singing, right? But the chest sing is a fine thing, but to get the high notes, you have to head sing. It's a trick, right? It's a breathing trick. You got to use the head voice, right? It's a little bit, it uses upper cavities. So anyway, I divulge. I digress. I divulge something too, right? Okay, so look, the intensity of the day wasn't completely lost, though. Look, I went shopping for the grandchildren at a brick and mortar store and left with nothing yesterday. I did. Nothing called out to me. It was just like, no, it's too cheap, too plastic, too young, too whatever. You know what I mean? It was just like, no. So, look, this intensity isn't lost. It was just scattered by outside factors. And that is Saturn messing with both Mars and the Sun, our actions, who we are, what we're doing, right? Because remember, it's not just when it perfects. It's a week before, a week after. There's a 2-week period there where you're just feeling this, right? Should have been feeling it leading up to it. So, the question is it, how do we get through it? Well, we have to maintain focus and get through it all, one thing at a time. Okay, so this is going to be another intense day. Why? Because the moon is literally focused in Scorpio, okay? Look, in it to win it, it's going to take patience and persistence. Not every goal is going to be achieved today, right? Even though you have the intensity, you have the purpose, you have the drive, you have the desire, you have the power in your hand, but there's outside factors out there, right? Oh, I got to talk to my fiance. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, this didn't get done. Whatever it is, right? Whatever is thrown at you. Oh, we're adding this to your schedule. You do it. You smile, and you're just going to push through it, right? Because no matter what that workload is, by the time the week is over, you will get through most of it, right? You're going to get through most of it, and you're going to be putting it all together so that you just don't have to worry about things the following week. So that way we can take some time to enjoy what should be a nice holiday. So you have to do this, though. You're going to achieve it by pressing the issue all week long. Same intensity as today. just maintain that focus, maintain that. Even when the moon goes into Sagittarius, you got to be like, gonna get to that new moon, gonna get to that solstice, right? Because once the sun hits that solstice, then all that drive and patience and desire just kicks right in. And usually, I say we want to go easy next week. It's not going to go easy. We're going to have a perfect work day on Monday. It's just going to be like, okay, boom, everything gels together. Because now we're opposing Saturn, but we're in Saturn's sign. So how much opposition can that really be, right? How much opposition would that really take? It's going to take us to imaginative and some very spiritual places is what it's going to do, because we still have Saturn in Pisces. So imagination, just don't, you're not going to fritter it away. You're not going to daydream it away. But what you could end up doing is you could end up getting distracted. So don't get distracted. Have a purpose and really, like I said, pull that Scorpio energy forward, okay? So the sun is square Saturn, and it's square Saturn at 10:46 in the evening, I believe. No, wrong. 11:34. Okay. Day's almost over, all right? So what do we got? Well, this is where we're going to have to ratchet it up, right? This is character building. This is a strong headwind, okay? What do you do with a strong headwind? You have to go side to side, right? If you're sailing a boat, you got to go side to side tacking, right? And look, you got to act outside the box in order to be able to tack effectively, okay? We're going to have to go outside of the box, outside of our comfort area where we're going to go, because that's how we're going to get through this. So, with that being said, it's a pretty crazy day, right? So, our event is in 2019. It's Beethoven's birthday, right? Yes, Ludwig van Beethoven. Yet my event is in 2019. Mariah Carey's single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, reaches number 1, 25 years after its release. Now, not obsessed with Mariah Carey, but we do share the same birthday, so I figured I'd just throw that out there. And our birth could be Beethoven, right? But instead, it's Benny Andersson. He's 79 years old. He's born in 1946. He's the Swedish pop composer and musician with ABBA. He's one of the B's, right? Benny and Bjorn. Benny, Bjorn, Anna, right? Born in Stockholm, Sweden. And still around, so that's what we got for you. Let's sum it up. The color is a black t-shirt, and our keyword is persistence. Because I didn't write that down. I said it, and I'm like, keyword is, wait, okay, yeah, we just got to be persistent about this stuff. We got to be tenacious. We got to focus on what our resistance is, whether it's our own self-resistance or the resistance of others, right? That's how we have to go through this. Black t-shirt, keyword is you, okay? Just make sure you follow through with whatever it is. And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for commenting. I appreciate all you guys, really. The more I get to know everybody who comments and shares various things back and forth with me, the more I'm just convinced that this is such a great community. And somebody asked me the other day, thank you for your time and energy. It's easy to put time and energy into these things for a community, for an audience that is so receptive and so kind and caring. So thank you so much. Thank you for being you. Today is a 5. Just keep on plugging at it, right? We'll get through this. We're going to get through it, and it's going to be just fine. Persistence. That's how we have to do it. We have to just have that persistence to be able to get through what it is we need to do. Today's a 5. Happy astrocatting.